Welcome back to the Late Night Run Podcast. I'm your host, Josh, joined by JJ.
Howdy.
Brendan.
Hi.
And the return of Chief.
Yo.
In today's episode, we're brought to you by Audible. All I'm saying is I am more than happy to be sponsored by Audible, but
we made it.
We'll get back into that a little bit later, but we have a link and everything, so you can sign up for a 30-day free trial. And we'll talk about that around the 30-minute mark, so stay tuned. Yeah. It will be down in the description for easy access. But we're back at it after a spring break episode.
Yeah.
So how was everyone's spring break? No?
I didn't do anything. I sat around and I read all day long and I watched Netflix. And then my nephew came, and that was fun. Oh yeah, I also watched NASCAR, which now JJ got me addicted to NASCAR, and I feel like a hillbilly redneck. It's okay.
I'm sorry, you should feel that way.
I feel like I finally belong in our county, Chief.
Oh, bunch of hillbilly.
Oh yeah, Chief does.
You watched it more than I
Chief
did,
does,
actually.
Oh, he just out NASCAR'd you. How do you feel?
Yeah, I've watched every single truck, Xfinity, and Monster Cup.
I just haven't watched much of it lately.
I haven't paid much attention. I usually put it on for background noise.
Well, like normally...
Just to see Kyle Busch win everything.
Oof.
Because that's annoying. I was like, oh, look, a new guy. No, he wrecked. He conveniently wrecked just before he won. Crazy.
As always. I love a good wreck, though.
Yeah.
JJ showed me a nice NASCAR fight, hand-to-hand, fist to fist. Except that one dude wouldn't take off his helmet.
That's true.
Like a weakling.
Took him to the ground.
Oh,
he took him to the ground, and then people held him back, and he tried to rip off his shoe.
I love when people fight each other, and like no one has held them back yet, so like they hold themselves back, and they just look like the stupidest idiots beyond. It's like, listen, if you're gonna fight someone, fight someone.
Sure.
If you're not gonna fight someone, don't fight them.
Yeah, sports fights are definitely the best.
Oh, 100%. I love it in
Especially
NBA.
if you're in the heat of the game and like it's your team and it's good.
It's great being a Bruins fan because we have this dude, Zeno Chara. He's like 6'3". He's just an absolute. And then like the skates add another 2 inches, so it's like he's 6'5" actually, like with the skates and stuff. And whenever someone tries to fight anyone in Boston, he just skates over and then the fight ends because no one wants to fight that dude.
Let's see. My spring break. I went to work. I returned to the old grocery store. Not the one that you might think it. Not the one that we go to on this podcast regularly, but a different one.
Yeah.
May or may not start with a K. May or may not also be blue.
May or may not end with ogre.
With an R in between.
Ogres have layers.
Roger.
All I'm saying is Han Solo and Shrek dress the same.
But I was basically the manager's slave because I was on the schedule, but I wasn't on the schedule. I wasn't in a specific area.
I understand that feeling.
So it was like, hey, go do this. Hey, go do that. Hey,
you're like, yes, sir. Absolutely, like, good, yes. Sir.
And it is what it is, but, you know.
That's just how it be. But
I feel like I did something else worth noting.
Watching NASCAR homework, right? Homework.
I did. I read read quite a bit of the Bible, but that was for homework.
Not in my own will.
Didn't read your own plan that you picked for our small group.
I'm sorry.
You picked a plan.
I picked a plan and I didn't read it.
Didn't read it. It was. I think.
I feel bad about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, me and Josh, I think we're the only two that finished it on time.
I'll finish it next year.
You finished it on time?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
We wouldn't know that though. And
I finished it at like midnight the day of, so like I didn't know.
I had even had another week because it was only a 2-week.
Yeah.
And I even had another week to do it and I didn't. All right, let's not make me feel any worse. What did you do, Chief?
I slept on a concrete floor.
That's hot.
All 15 nights of break, and
it's probably cold.
It was very cold.
Yeah.
It's probably nice though.
Basement floor?
Yeah, I went from the basement floor to a really cheap computer chair and played about 4 hours of Minecraft a day with several naps in between.
Minecraft sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chief in Tristan, who was on here at one point. They both 2 times, and I was very thankful for it. They invited me out 2 times. One time I was planning my mom's surprise party, but she was in the room, so I was like, I can't. I'm busy today, and I was like, that's a weak excuse. And then the next time Tristan called me, he's like, "What you up to?" And I was like, well, my back is spasming and I can't move, and I didn't leave bed that entire day.
What are you, 75?
Yes.
Feeble with a cane?
Yes. Yes, I am.
You're right. I should have known this.
You live with me. You know all of my back pains. I should probably go to a chiropractor.
That you should.
I meant to get in, but then I was like, so I didn't.
One of my many talents is a certified chiropractor.
Doubt it.
Doubt.
Is it one of those ones like those cheap certificates you printed it offline? It's like, you did a good job at
you
fill
took
in
an
the blank.
online video course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Michael Scott from The Office.
I can fix your back pretty great.
No.
Tonight, I'll show you.
No.
JJ's about to perform magic. So if Brendan's not on the next podcast, you know why. JJ killed him. And then JJ will also not be here because he's running from the cops. So
It's true. Or
No, I'll
he
be
just
here.
accepts.
I'll just change my name to my actual name.
I ruined your college.
Just wear Brennan's skin. And
Oh,
you're right.
Oh my.
We're getting edgy.
I like where this is headed.
Oh,
I think I'd be
Actually,
a little loose.
never mind.
What?
staple it.
I don't want to wear you.
What's that supposed to
I
be?
don't want to be you.
Why?
Say,
What's wrong with me?
I'm perfectly content with being myself.
Yeah, you'll be yourself.
That
It's
was
not like we're changing
that was
brains.
that was my good. I'm perfectly well, I'm fine with the way I look.
Are you saying there's something wrong with the way I look?
No.
oh.
Yeah, but the way that you look will get you in prison. Whereas if you look the way I do, you won't go to prison.
You look like a victim.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Anyway, yeah.
My spring break was fun. I was flying back home and I set off, like, if you're going through the airport and, they check all your bags and you step in that big scan thing, you hold up your hands for like 3 seconds and goes whoosh, whoosh, and then like, all right, come out. I set off every single alarm. Like, they have a little picture, like, where it usually says, like, the alarm, so they look there first if, like, they have sharp objects or whatever. My entire body was just these yellow bricks. It's like, beep, beep, beep. He's like, you have a full, like, what are you carrying? I'm like, listen, I don't know. He's like, I'm going to have to give you a full pat down. And I'm like, listen, I got nothing to hide. Like, pat me down.
Josh rolled up in like full chainmail. He's like, I don't know why the thing went off.
Like,
it was
"That's
hilarious
Christian."
too because like I'm stuck in traffic. 5-minute drive to Cheesecake Factory takes me 42 minutes. I'm in the middle of traffic and I'm on my phone and it just pops up. I set off every buzzer and I was like, wait, what?
So then I'm like, all right. So then he gets out the rubber gun, and then he just, back of the hand, every like meticulous curve of my body. I'm like, oh dang, I'm fat. But moving on.
That reminds me of the time my dad was placed on the terrorist watch list.
Oh, wait, okay. Let him finish his spring break.
Oh.
This is something we gotta visit because maybe you should be wearing my skin right now.
I had nothing on, and then my planes took off. Coming back, my bag sets off the alarm, and I'm like, because you have to take out your laptop, tablet, whatever. So I'm like, I took out all of that stuff. So I'm like, I have no idea what it could possibly be setting off. And then I remember I had a little inhaler there. So I'm like, maybe, because they don't like the little spritzy thing. I'm like, maybe that's it. And then he's like, no, it's the charger. And like, my charger for my laptop is huge, but I've never had that set it off. And it didn't set off way there. I'm like, what is wrong with everyone? But
maybe they just had the thing set up to a higher difficulty than you're used to.
But I just worked
Expert mode.
Worked all weekend. They were both 2 weeks, and my boss really screwed me over the first week. He's like, I'll have you work every day. I got 14 hours, and I only worked 2 days.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
I thought you were working every day.
For the first week, and then the next week I worked a bunch more. But I'm like, dang, dude, you just promised me one thing, and then gave me a whole nother. But my spring break was good. So back to why your dad get on the terrorist watch there, JJ?
Well, you see,
JJ's playing.
Sorry,
FIFA.
I'm easily distracted. Huh?
You were talking about your dad.
was on the terrorist watch list.
Yeah.
Normal everyday
I
conversation.
was, let's see. I was young probably 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
And we were helping one of my dad's friends. He was moving to like Texas or something, I'm pretty sure. Somewhere in Texas, like the very bottom. Like practically Mexico, but not Mexico. It was very Mexico-y.
Very Mexico-y.
I guess.
Mexican.
I've never been
It's
to Mexico.
very Mexican
so
would be.
I don't know. The border, you might like take a step over the border and it's like your life's completely different. But or you just get straight abducted by the cartel instantly.
I think that's how it
They're
works.
just waiting on the border.
They're like, oh, there's a fresh redhead. Let's get him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They probably don't go too much on the black market.
So we drove. He had like kind of a mini. I don't even know if you'd call it an RV, but it was more like. It's very difficult to describe. It's like. Well, it's not a camper because a camper doesn't like have its own cab. I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I thought his camper was something you pull.
I mean, like, are you talking about like one of those like weird, like really small RVs? It's like a truck.
Yeah, it looks like a truck in the front. Whatever. Yeah, he had one of those.
So it's an RV.
And then he had a car, and my dad drove the car, and I was for the most of the time I was with his friend in the RV. I have no idea why I actually went
because you don't have to wear a
young.
seatbelt in an RV.
No, I was very young. I don't even know really why I went.
Oh.
But we went down there, and then we were flying back because we had no way to get back.
Right.
So from there, we flew to couldn't get a one-way flight back to where I live, so we had to take a flight to Boston.
Yeah.
Boston Airport, whatever that is.
Logan Airport.
Yeah, that's
shout
where
out.
we were.
That place is crazy.
So I guess I have been to Boston, but
Was it in the fall?
no,
Oh.
I don't think so. But anyway,
This story's taking so.
sorry, I'm trying to
I'm just-
process everything. This
You don't
far
know.
back.
You're good.
Let me tell my story.
Digging into deep childhood trauma.
Of his dad being a terrorist.
Okay, and so when we got to the Boston airport, we were getting ready to board the one to Columbus, and they like stopped my dad when they were boarding because he had 2 one-way tickets with the same name. I'm named after my dad, so he had the same name, and they put him on the terrorist watch list for that. We're like we have very basic names, like very basic American names, first and last, and
You're saying that terrorists can't be white?
well, no, that's not what I was getting at. Well, but yeah, and then we flew, it was like 2007,
Ooh.
we went to Disney World
That's a good one.
down in good old Orlando, and we flew, and they gave my dad a hard time then
Ooh.
for that, because apparently he was still on.
it?
Yeah, well, it was only a couple years, I guess, after that.
Well, yeah, but you'd think that they'd, I don't know, look
I don't
into
know.
him and go,
But that was-
he's quite literally a regular Joe Schmo. And then that's it.
I mean, and then we've not flown since. So, I remember we talked about this a few months ago. Like, he still might be on it. We don't know.
What if you go and your father is a known terrorist?
My like identification is different than him. But if it's my father's known as a,
I mean, like, it's obviously not going to come up as him, but it's going to be like, watch him, the son of a terrorist.
But it's also like,
Right.
if you guys have the same name, then it's very possible. You know what I'm saying? That.
So wait,
At
you
the
don't
same-
have Junior?
well, it's not junior. I mean, I have.
Or do
I'm
you have
not
the
junior.
second?
It's the second. I wish I was junior, but
Well, no, because now you can have a third. And then...
you still could call him the third, even if I'm a junior.
Yeah. I don't know where your
No,
logic's
because
from.
he'd be junior, your dad would be senior at that point, and you'd
Yeah.
just be
And then
regular.
and then if his kid would be the third, that's how that works.
That is how that works. Once you're like, if I had a kid and also named him the same name,
He'd be
the
junior.
third. Nope,
no,
he'd be third.
he would be third
Nope,
because
he'd
I'm
be
junior.
the third.
No, because you'd be regular, and then your
No.
dad would become senior.
No, that's not
Nope,
how that
no,
works.
that's not how it works. It goes senior, junior, the third. Because I know
Junior is the same thing as second.
literally-
You don't have to even have the senior title if you're the
Right.
You add that.
right.
It could just be like whatever,
It could just be Mister.
and then
yeah.
it could be like Bob Smith and then Bob Smith Jr.
Yeah.
And the original Bob Smith doesn't have to get senior. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He can.
Yeah, like my grandfather and my uncle have the same name, but they have the titles of junior and senior. So, but if the junior had named his kid the same name, it would have been the third. Same with JJ's situation. Like it literally, you choose if you can call your kid whatever you want. And people call some kids pretty stupid names.
I agree.
Make him a third so that eventually there'll be a 16th, and then he'll be the president.
Was this Kings?
Yes, exactly. That's my point.
Like
by
old
that
European kings.
by that logic, then JJ should be king because there's like Charles II.
I'm not saying actually kings. I was just referencing.
You know, I
kings.
like where Josh is going with this. I think I should be king.
Nope.
I definitely don't think so.
I will
No offense.
behead you.
But yeah, well,
Why?
yeah.
Do you not
Why?
think I can make
I don't think you could lead a
large
nation.
decisions?
No,
No.
I think
Yeah.
you could lead a
Hey,
nation
then
for
again,
about
though,
3
then
weeks,
again,
and
though,
then
if you want to put your boy on Parliament, that's all I'm saying. Then you would have my full support.
Well, like
Or in this case,
English
Congress.
like English or Canadian Parliament.
Whatever nation
not
you're,
Congress?
whatever
Because
nation
we're in America.
whatever nation you want to be king of, put me on your staff, and you got my vote.
I'm pretty sure I can only be the leader. I can't be a king anywhere.
Listen,
I'm born
you
here.
Just go take over a country real quick. That's all.
Oh, you're right.
You know, just fight a few wars.
Let's
Leave
take
the
over
rebel
Hawaii
Hawaii's part of the United States, but okay.
and we'll secede from the union.
Hawaii is seceded from the
He's
Union.
also a
We can't attack.
huge naval base. So
Just take over the naval. Well,
We take-
you're gonna want to attack by air without warning. If you want to get
Wait a
anything
minute.
done.
Let's do it in 2042. Just for
Oh,
Just- or not.
Okay.
No, we're moving
Hey, listen.
on.
You got to raise an army now.
Yeah,
you're
you
right.
start, yeah.
Yeah.
Start recruiting
Hawaii's
kids right
probably not
now.
a good idea. Let's
No,
just
you got to start. Well, you got to start recruiting and making your own.
or
Well, no, here's what he does. Is
That way,
right.
you get, that way
It's not about if whoever he recruits now is going to be 42, like then. So then they would most likely have kids that would be like 16,
recruit their
17.
children.
Yeah. So if you recruit them,
we're
then you
going
get
to the
multiple
local
generations.
hospital. I'm recruiting. Never mind. That sounds. You can take. That sounds really bad. I mean,
But,
there's no way where it could sound very good either.
Yeah.
But
it's
Listen,
a joke. This is satire, and
Yeah.
I don't care.
I've also learned at the airport there's weird people. Everyone there's certain like places on this earth where weird people gather. There's always like weird people in Dunkin' Donuts. Like you spend like 20, 30, 2 hours there. It's like absolutely crazy to how many weird people are there. Also, I don't understand how weird people are in the airports either.
That one spot in the parking lot between Speedway and Burger King in New Philly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's where all the weirdos meet.
But there's
yeah.
certain spots where weird, like they just don't know how to interact
That's
with
so weird.
society. So just watching them, like
Walmart.
Walmart's a good one. But like,
excuse me, sir.
yeah,
Walmart.
You know
like,
what? Yeah, we
between
are
the
gonna-
hours of like 9 p.m. and like 9 a.m. That's a 12-hour gap.
And like food stamp day.
yeah,
Yeah,
But
first
like
of the month is a thread for me as a grocery store worker.
But like all the
I hate helping the poor.
But
No.
when you know how like when you
I
go
love
on a
helping
flight
the poor.
and they have the person at the desk that's supposed to solve all your problems, it's so funny watching international people try to communicate with like.
Are you making fun of people
No,
that
no,
can't
no,
speak
no,
a
no,
language?
no. It's funny the interaction.
Hey, I'd like to see you in a foreign country try to
The
communicate
guy, no,
with.
I'm not making fun of the international, but it's funny because the guy behind the desk, like clearly,
He
like
thinks they're like dumb and like.
he thinks they're dumb, and clearly they're just having a Oh my gosh.
Miscommunication.
That's the word. But like you can tell they start getting frustrated, but they like can't get frustrated with them because they're just can't speak English, and that's not their fault. But like they just
hi sir, over that way. And
yeah, it's just like, and then it comes off super sarcastic and stuff, and it's like, ooh, that did not look good. In this like one ticket, I forget where I was during spring break. I was either flying to or from whatever, but it's like your seat will be changed. Your seat will be assigned when you get there, and I'm like, all right, whatever. And then I tried to scan. He's like, your seat's not assigned, and I'm like, well, it says to be assigned when I get here, so here I am. And he was like, oh. And I'm like, well, listen, I'm just reading the ticket here, bud. So I don't know what you want me to do. He's like, all right, take the seat, whatever. I'm like, all right, see you later, peace. It's just weird people in weird places, like college. No one gives a crap about how they look. Like first day, first week of college, everyone's trying to impress each other and stuff.
True.
3 weeks in, no one cares.
Oh. Well, I should have stopped caring a long time ago, apparently.
I'm just saying, like, as a collective whole, no one cared in college. Like, Parker just shows up to classes in pajamas, and I respect
my
that.
guy.
I respect that.
Yeah.
But, like, I've taken after that a little bit. Sometimes I'll go out in pajamas and stupid outfits, but...
You will not catch me out wearing some PJs.
I just don't feel productive if I'm not at least wearing like jeans.
Yeah. Even sweatpants, I feel like kind of like
a slob.
I've worn jeans like 3 times before this year, and I haven't stopped wearing jeans ever since.
I had a friend in high school.
Yeah, cool.
He'd wear sweatpants every day. Sweatpants every day. It did not matter the color. It did not matter. Like if you thought of a color right now, he probably had sweatpants in that color.
like red.
Yep. Probably
Like bright red or like dark
listen,
red?
he
Like
had
the salmon.
Salmon.
I could have sworn he'd go home and he only had sweatpants. But then he also would always wear a zip up sweatshirt, which is fine. You can wear whatever you want. But he'd only wear half of it. Like he would have it, the arm fully on, and then just not have it off. So he'd walk around like he's wearing a t-shirt on one half, and then it's just dragging behind him. I'm like, well, isn't that uncomfortable? Like you just have like this extra weight and stuff. He's like, nah, it's fine. Or then he'll complain like it's falling off, so he'll have to pull it back on, and I'm like, what are you doing? Just wear the whole sweatshirt or don't wear it at all.
Get one of these paper thin ones, or like you, get the short
The hoodie sweatshirt.
Yeah, I've never really seen that before.
Yeah.
Must be never mind.
But with the recent YouTube climate, we're never gonna get ads on YouTube because everyone's pulling out ads now again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why?
Some dude made a big complaint
About children
yeah
getting weird comments from weird people that are just sick and nasty.
yeah.
Oh, that doesn't.
So then they like the video was like just like a kid doing gymnastics, so it was just like normal kid stuff, and it was just moms like look at my kid, whatever. And the comments were all disgusting.
Oh,
so
okay.
they're like, if your comments are bad, we're no ads on your videos. And like Disney
Just disable comments on all of our videos.
But then like Disney pulled Epic Games, which is Fortnite, pulled Nestle pulled ads and stuff.
Ooh.
Epic, really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they partner with Twitch.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of Fortnite ads. That's all I'm
Me
saying.
too. Yeah, I had like 5 yesterday.
So all I'm saying is because they realize, well, no, Apex is winning.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't care anymore. Anyway, I think we should start talking about our buddy here, Chief, his car dilemma.
Oh that happened. So Chief, take it away.
Well, you know how it's 9 o'clock in the morning and you're getting in your car and you're about to go pick up 2 of your friends from the airport and you put the key in the ignition and nothing happens. That happened like 3 times. But I guess my battery wasn't dead all the time, so we just Tristan and I hooked jumper cables up to my car for no reason. And
you ended up charging my battery.
Yeah.
I'd like to point that out.
That comes later.
That comes later. Just
so got my car to work, went to the airport. I shut off my car probably 3 or 4 times while I was at the airport. And
because my flight ended up being late, so that was whack.
I'll be there early, he says. Shows up 45 minutes late.
Listen, we were leaving. The guy was like, the pilot was like, all right, we're 20 minutes ahead of schedule. Let's get leaving. So I'm like, oh, sick. Put in my headphones, fall asleep. Wake up an hour later to us taking off, and I'm like, oh, I must have not slept. Look at it, it's an hour late, and I'm like, well, I can't tell them because I don't have data up here. So I was like really hoping, because I had sent my flight information in the chat, and I was hoping you might look up and track it.
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay. But I'm like, that's the only way, so now we just gotta wait and see.
I didn't even know you could do that. That's pretty cool.
I just Googled his flight number. And
because I sent it to him, so. That's,
Wait a minute, it's like flying totally opposite direction.
Yeah.
It's flying over the Pacific Ocean. Wait, how'd you get over
Flying
there?
towards Hawaii.
Looks at my Snapchat, I'm just in the ocean. Homie, you good?
Oh my
Doing
gosh.
paperwork.
Oh.
No, so what?
Got to the airport.
I don't know how we didn't, let's just be like the grace of God, because I turned off my car several times and it started fine the entire time I was in Columbus.
If you were stranded at the airport, that would have been bad.
Yeah. Oof. But, so yeah, get back to campus, everyone unpacks and we're hanging out. And, we decided to go on a good old
adventure.
Get food and hit the old super center. And we were at one of the several stores, and my car wouldn't start, like, at all. Like, usually if you have like a dead battery in a car, you still get lights like in the car. Maybe your headlights are on, or like even like the security light in your dash will blink.
Yeah.
But like I put my key in the ignition, I got light, and then everything just died. Like not a single bit of power. So the homies went on.
Well, first,
Wild goose chase.
Okay, yeah.
First,
so, we're about to leave, and my car wouldn't start, so I had to walk across the parking lot to get Brennan in his car, and he pulled it around. And what year's your car?
2009.
A 2009 Chevy Cobalt does not have a negative side on the battery.
at least we can't find it. So if you know where it is, let us
Hit
know.
us up in the comments.
Yeah,
But,
I'm gonna have to. I have to go to a shop whenever I'm back.
What a piece of garbage car.
You're literally you're younger. Like what year's yours?
11, but it's a cruise.
Yeah, it's
Totally
the
different
same-
Just replace the Cobalt.
It's the replacement of the Cobalt.
Exactly.
I bet I have
Mine
one.
wasn't 2007.
Oh.
Rip.
Yeah. Oh.
Rip Josh's Civic.
Yeah. Oof.
She
Anyways.
lived.
I have, the funny thing is, I had to turn my key in so they could pick it up, but my mom had a spare key at home, so now I have, on my wall, I have my old license plate, because I have to get a new one, and I have the little key, the little spare key hanging on
Nice.
it. I'm like,
Tear.
So Brennan pulled his car over, and we just tried to jump mine again, and
It didn't work.
jump at all.
first we had it hooked up wrong.
Yeah,
We
then
had
we
it
looked
hooked
at
up
the
to
wiring diagram thing on the back of the jumper cable box.
And so Chief was charging my car, and so it didn't work, and so then we were like, we got to call somebody.
And we were talking for a few minutes, like, who could be called that had decent car, like, knowledge?
Yeah,
that-
and then someone was like, hey, we'll just get Tim, and like they didn't like say it loud enough, and then all at the same time we were all like, hey, wait, there's Tim.
And Tim's he played on Space Force with me and Brennan, and like we know, I'd say he's a good acquaintance.
Yeah, at this point I was like, how many college students does it take to jump a battery or
And Tim's super knowledgeable with cars, so I'm glad we saw him instead of someone else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he was just about to enter the
I was
store.
like-
He wasn't coming out. He was just
was
about
like-
to go in shopping.
I was like, oh hey, there's Tim.
Yeah.
My man was just trying to get some
Frozen shrimp.
some shrimp.
No,
for
and
his-
some
Well,
Lunchables.
he went to get frozen shrimp. Ended up buying
Ended up
Lunchables.
buying like
That's
10
a solid
Lunchables.
Yeah.
He got 80-cent Lunchables, so I mean.
That's true.
But yeah, after
pretty
trying to
slap.
jump,
And then Tim tried to jump his
Yeah.
because since I didn't have a negative.
What year? What kind of car does Tim even have?
It's an old lady car.
I know.
it's a Buick something.
But
It's
What
like,
year is it? Is it like
It's gotta be
gotta
like
be.
he used to
mid-90s.
the way
at least?
the
Either
way I know he
mid-90s
got it
or
is
late 80s.
he was talking about because he was driving us to softball practice once. And he was like, "Yeah, I used to work at a old person home, and they, one of them died and had a car, so I bought it."
Oh,
My guy.
and yeah.
Yeah. After trying to jump it with 2 different vehicles, it still didn't start. So we had the boys went out and tried to buy a new battery.
All right,
Yeah,
we
we
were a
did.
bunch of bumbling idiots. Let me tell
We
you.
were. We really needed you there.
First, yeah.
Because
So first,
my man didn't come because he had a woman in his car.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the complete dashing man he is.
so we were like, we got.
That
you.
didn't make sense.
We went to a Walmart.
So we went to Walmart, went to the
And-
auto section.
Yeah, and they have a little book that's like, if your car is this, then you need this battery.
Yeah, after about 3-4 calls, we kind of figured out what was going on.
Well, because what happened was the battery they called for was smaller. Because we brought Chief's old battery to compare the two, and it was like a good couple inches smaller. And we're like, size does matter because it, you got to hold. The car's got to hold the battery. So we're like,
Did you really just say that?
yeah,
Okay.
it does matter. It does matter because the
Okay.
AutoZone guy said it also matters.
No, he said size.
He said if it's too big or
he
too
said
small.
It does matter, but he gave us the wrong
But-
size battery. So
Anyway,
No, because we're like, no, this can't be it. So we go to AutoZone.
he told us it was the right size, but
No, he
really
said-
it was
he
still
said
too
it-
Yeah, I
small.
wonder
It
if
was
yours-
small, but yeah, it's got to be something with your car because he said, according to the manufacturer, that's what they call for.
It could be that the car just has like a special holder for the battery that
That's true,
put in
but-
afterwards. I don't know.
But I mean, whenever we put the new battery,
Yeah, we put it in. And,
we went to AutoZone, got the battery, $180. We were like,
Yep.
who has money? Josh just whips out cash.
Yep.
He's like,
Because it's,
I got this.
May ran out, found paying cash. Continue.
So we rushed back to where Chief was stranded in the parking lot. And we throw
We
that
put in the
battery in.
It,
turns
it
the
held
key.
pretty well though. For like
Yeah.
not having the right size like holder at
Holder.
the bottom, it still held pretty well.
Yeah.
The clamps hooked onto the post is probably what held it down.
Yeah.
So yeah, he throws the battery in, turns the key. It does absolutely jack. So we're like,
Nothing at all.
We even tried to jump the new battery because, like, maybe.
No.
Tim was like, maybe it just needs like get going, like a little push, and then we're all good.
I'm pretty sure you jump a new battery.
Listen, at that point,
We were desperate.
yeah. So then we realized it's not the battery.
You know,
Yeah, so-
in retrospect, you know what we should have done?
Had the battery checked.
Well, yes, but we also should have just like somehow just found something and we would have used Brennan's car and towed Chief's car all back to campus.
Okay, my
I
car
offered
can
that.
barely.
I offered that multiple times.
My car can barely move with all 5 of us in
There
there.
were like 6 of us. We could have pushed it back with ease.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we were talking
No,
about
we were
that in the
saying
car when we were driving.
Have Brennan car drive ahead of us. No, have the push car and then the
your
driver-
car, your car, everyone pushing it, and then me driving with my
So that
flashers
way we-
on behind you.
So it's like the oversized load,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then just have your girl steer it.
Your car just needs that whenever we're at. It's full of us. It needs an oversized load.
Yeah, it
sign on the
does.
back.
All right, I'm
So I'm
gonna
pretty sure
interrupt.
that's what
I'm gonna
passenger
interrupt this
capacity.
nice story because this podcast is brought to you by Audible. For you, the listeners of the Late Night Run podcast, Audible is offering a free 30-day audiobook download with a free 30-day trial. And so, my friend listens to a lot of books, and he said the World War Z book is actually really good. Like, the author reads, and they have a lot of good actors. So, if you want to use our link to download a free audiobook and a 30-day free trial, you want to go to audibletrial.com/thelate-night-run. So the link's going to be in the description under all of our stuff. But, it has over 180,000 titles to choose from. And it's like on everything. So laptop, tablets if you still use tablets, phone, any of that good stuff. So again, audibletrial.com/thelate-night-run for your free audiobook download.
I just want to add that, for the listeners that are students on campus, for our Western tradition class, there's a very long book that we have to read. It's Wolf Hall. It's like 700 pages. But they do have the audiobook on Audible.
So that might be if you're looking to read that or listen to it. It's
Listen
not.
to it for a month and
Yeah.
see how you like it.
Yeah.
The whole book, it takes a month to get through.
Well,
listening.
No, it depends on how you listen to. So, but I've always used just audio books in general because I hate reading. So I'd rather do that. But back to our story. Chief is stranded with a new battery.
New battery,
That
tried to jump it.
Doesn't work.
So I get on the phone with my parents who, I don't know if your guys' parents do this, but like they always get like antsy when they try to get a hold of you and you can't get back to them, you know.
Mhm.
And then when you need them for something and they're nowhere to be found.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what happened. But with both my parents, none of them said anything. And like an hour later, my dad finally called me. But yeah, it turns out there was nothing wrong with the battery. My dad, instead of going to the store and buying a $10 part, he just like stripped back a ground wire and screwed it to the side of a car with a washer. And if you know anything about electronics in cars, if that ground wire isn't like touching the metal good, the car, like you won't get power anywhere in the car.
Yep.
So
then
took the
So then we
So we took the $180 battery
like
back.
it was because AutoZone was going to close at 9:00. It was like
It was
8:50.
eight-
We were like go. Like we were barely.
we continued our wild goose chase back
we
to
go back to AutoZone, and then we walk in there, and the guy, we're like, well, the battery doesn't work. He's like, yeah, your old battery was fine, by the way. I could have checked it before you bought the new one, and I didn't have any idea that they could check
Listen, I was just trying to get the new battery, get Chief out of there. It was cold, so I was just
And
trying
so they went through the process of getting Josh's money back and
and
returning
buying the new
and
part.
and then we were like, we need this thing, and he was like, I know where that is. So we get it, and Chief, the one that Chief had was like 5 inches, and then the one that we bought was like
38.
38 inches.
Because
Like
the
length of the
original
wire.
wire is supposed to go like somewhere on the bottom of the car. You feed it through the engine and it straps to the frame on the bottom.
But your
like,
dad cut it.
or someone cut it or broke it and like just screwed it into the side of the car where they found a piece of metal
So
Naturally.
naturally.
instead of
As you do with cars, you just randomly attach wires places.
and hope it
Cars
works.
and electronics.
That's true.
Trust me.
That's how they made computers.
Yeah.
Luck.
Luck.
Sure, I hope it's more than luck. But that was an interesting day. So instead of being $180 out, you're only 10. So
And it took us like 4 hours
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
at least.
this is the first day back on campus from spring break. I don't think we
Not
mentioned
even
that.
the first day back. The first
Yeah.
hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. First hours back. Yeah.
The first night.
I got back. I started unloading my car, and then what did we? Did we go eat first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We went to Chipotle, and then we went out.
Yeah, and you somehow made it over there, and then the wire just decided to
Yeah.
go, nope.
Yeah.
You know, I made it to the
Like-
store the first time and I was on my way back to campus and I turned around.
because
We called you.
And I
Hey, wait a
made
minute,
it
that's
from
you.
Chipotle to the other store, and then when we tried to get back in, it wouldn't start.
Yeah. So we drove from, or we were driving to Chipotle, and I saw someone with black hair and glasses, and I was like, "There's no way that's Audrey." And then I looked in my mirror, and I was like, "Well, that looks a lot like Chief's car, but it might not be him." So then I had Josh call you. And
no,
it-
JJ did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
get your
I forgot.
facts straight.
Yeah, my
buddy.
phone was on like 15%, so I went
Yeah,
to like
that's fine.
Samsung Super Ultra dumb phone mode to save it for like 8
I love
hours.
that.
If you don't have a Samsung, basically
brick.
it just
Really
turns the
brick.
screen black. Everything's like basic. You have like 4 apps you can use.
But you can still use Twitter on it, which
Yeah,
doesn't make
yeah,
any
it's-
sense.
Yeah, but it's supposed to like it like shuts off everything, like it downgrades your screen and it turns off all the BioWare, like all the face scan, which saves you like 200.
Speaking of Twitter, how about you go give us a follow on Twitter?
Yeah, you know, we just hit 50 followers, so we're we're moving up. And Instagram, we always have that. Those links are always in the description.
I'll have to make a Twitter then to follow.
Yeah, you know.
Yep. Same here.
But like we're up to like 270 on Instagram, so you know, keep following, comment, like, you know, all that good stuff, you know. And also like if you like, especially on Twitter, if you have any like topics you want us to talk about, like tweet at us. Like we're down for anything, literally.
You know what? Comment on our Instagram too.
Yeah, just like leave,
find a way to contact
Hit
us.
up somehow.
Yeah,
Find a way to contact
like-
us so that we have topics.
And
Yeah,
Josh will get back to you
topics.
probably very quickly.
Yeah, I run the social media, so I'll get back to you. And also, like, if you know us or like on the campus where we are and like want someone, a special guest, like DM us, like add us and stuff. Like, we're down to have anyone
If
on
you
this
come
podcast.
up to me and you want to talk about anything about the podcast, just be like, yo, you on that podcast thing? And I'll be like, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We'll
so
talk. And then,
but-
you want to be a guest, let one of us know.
we do have a long guest line.
We have a long list, but
also,
we'll put you on there.
Another thing is, so obviously for us, spring break is coming to an end very soon, like 7 to 6 weeks.
Spring break?
The
I mean,
actual-
you mean
I mean
spring semester.
That's what I meant. So like summer, like we're all not going to be here. We'll all be in our respective homes. So like, if you have any ideas what we should do, I mean, we can always try to pre-record a few, but then it kind of gets out of date eventually. Like if we're posting in August, that stuff that was recorded in April, then it gets to the point. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It feels kind of old. So like, if you have
Season
any,
1 is coming to an end.
yeah. So if you have any ideas to just like post semi-weekly or whatever, if you have any ideas for us, I've thought about a few, but
Maybe like once a month or something.
yeah. But let us know what you think and stuff like that. So,
We could use Discord
ooh, that's true.
and just record a
Well,
call.
I have a garbage can. So.
You can have Discord on
my
your
phone.
phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We should start a Discord for the podcast.
Ooh,
Just trash memes.
We should
Alright.
start.
I
we
mean,
should
that
start one for-
already
for
is
the
our
unit,
group chats.
Especially for the summer, we can all just
Yeah.
hop on and talk
That's true. Be a good idea.
whenever.
yeah. So, but
well.
and also for those who like would prefer to listen on other things like Google Play, iTunes, or SoundCloud. Like, if you want to support us, the best way right now to support us that way is to sign up for the Audible, because like obviously since they're sponsoring us, we get a kickback of some money, and like that will help us pay the service we have to do, because the way
You
it
gotta
works.
pay for SoundCloud.
Yeah, you have to pay for SoundCloud, and what SoundCloud does is they publish, they convert it into a RSS file, which I don't even know what it is, but basically it makes it good for sound, I guess, because everywhere you go for a podcast, that's what you need, and so then they kick it out to everyone else that gets it. So basically, we have to pay them, so that money does help us, and like, we'll be completely honest where the money goes and stuff like that.
Or you can hit me up on Venmo.
Cash at me
But-
some money.
I'll drop
Or
my
just-
PayPal link in the description below.
Or just come up to us and hand us cash and go, it's from the podcast, and leave.
Yeah, and then yeah.
But I have a good. You know what? Let's go to weather, JJ. How's the weather looking today?
Well, let's find out.
JJ's our weatherman here.
Well, you see, the weather is on an uptrend.
Ooh, that's what we like to
And
hear.
That's exactly what I'm feeling great. You know, winter is
Will we sustain this good weather? I've heard about
winter is not my deal. You know,
It'll come back in April.
Yeah, I've heard of a massive blizzard
Hey,
that's moving across the United States.
is this your weather segment?
I'm asking questions for your weather segment. Now please tell me. Please inform me.
I'm not talking about that right now.
JJ,
The weather?
Yes. Yeah, we're on the uptrend, and you know, I'm tired of this winter crap. Okay, you know, it can end and never come back, in my opinion. I'm time to move south. Let's take campus and push it down south. That's all I'm saying.
No, there's already
like 50 down south.
yeah. As a Christian university, we would be competing with a lot bigger schools.
All right, then let's just take the equator and push it north.
You mean
Alright.
make the earth tilt
JJ,
more?
you always
Anyway.
make a nice analogy when
Anyway,
it comes to
well,
weather.
we're trending in today. It almost it's so close, but it almost peaked 60 degrees, and the sun was out, feeling absolutely great. It does look like we're going to stay in the 50s
Hey, I'm okay with that.
and we hit the end of this month. There's a few highs of 60, so still looking a little bit chilly in the mornings, 30s.
Hey, that's okay. It wakes me up.
That's
'Cause
true.
Lord knows I need
Not a
that.
ton of rain, but I might be totally wrong.
All right. Then
Because you
again,
know, one of my number one things is never trust a weatherman.
amen.
True.
So
Can you give
Also,
I don't
you're
know
not
how
even
trustworthy-
you're not a meteorologist.
I'm-
Although we do have a meteorology class here that I just found out about.
Really?
Yeah.
So JJ, you're gonna sign up for that, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna report
So
back.
yeah, if you want to take that, I'll drop astronomy and take it with you.
Taking astronomy?
He's taking it with
Really?
Bailey. But JJ,
Yeah, I could have done that instead of chemistry.
JJ, you always have a
You
nice.
guys could have done that.
What?
Well, you had to. You would have had to.
Oh, yeah, you're
You have a
For-
nice analogy for us always.
Yeah.
As the weather. So give us a nice analogy of the weather currently.
All right. At this point, it's March. We're kind of at that point where it's a beautiful, nice hen,
Oh.
a female chicken. Well, chickens are females.
What?
Yes. Well. Yes.
And, yeah,
Yep. Hens are
yes.
female chickens.
Yeah.
Hens are yes.
Yeah.
Lays
Here's
some
some milk.
lays some eggs, but these eggs are not eating eggs. Well, they are chicken inside eggs, and it's like almost time for the hatching of the spring chicken. And when that spring chicken hatches,
It's summertime.
it's going to get cold again, and it's going to freeze and die. But, because we're going to hit winter part 3 because it's Ohio. So, but eventually, one of the chickens,
Will make it.
one of the chicks will make it, and then he'll be the trooper. That wasn't an analogy, I don't think. But
Listen, I'll take it. All right.
It's just an
I
explanation.
have 2 talking points. Do you want talking point 1 or 2?
what can we talk about? Can we not talk about both?
I mean, I think my one might take longer than the other, so you guys can pick.
Oh yeah.
I can make it short.
No, I mean,
Is this
2
Is this
would
2?
be.
yeah.
I think we should do 2.
Okay.
Wait, are you talking about?
All right. We'll do 2. 2. All right. So imaginary scenario. You have 100-sided die in front of you, okay? And if you roll the number 1, you die a painless death. You're donezo. But if you roll any other number, you get $1 million. Would you roll it? I would totally roll it.
I'd roll it. Yeah.
So wait. First off, what
I'd
would
roll
a
a 6-sided
No.
die.
Yeah. First off, what?
Can I
would
flip a coin for this?
What would a 100-sided die even look like?
It doesn't matter.
No, yes, it does.
I don't know.
They
Okay.
have them. Google
Yeah,
100-sided die.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Are you kidding me?
Listen, I have no idea.
100 ways to die? Is that what you just said?
100-sided die.
how big is the die?
Listen, you're just rolling. It doesn't
I don't know.
matter.
It doesn't
Just roll it.
It has to be like one of those giant.
It's one of those giant foam ones that you just yeet across a
Okay.
field.
I'm rolling it 100 times.
It's just a.
right.
It's just a sphere that has edges.
Polyhedral.
All right.
Oh.
It's
So you
a
roll
sphere,
this
It's a
dice.
sphere that has slight edges.
It's like a golf ball.
It's a golf ball with numbers on it.
So you roll that, and you can roll that as many times as you want. Like you can walk around at any point. How many times would you roll it? I roll like 10 times.
10 times.
Yeah, I'm trying to get 10 million.
Hey, I'd take my mill and I'd leave.
That's
Wait,
fair.
okay. If you roll it
Nah,
again after
fam.
you get it, do you
They got
keep
us.
getting millions?
Ah,
Yeah. So like for
Oh, okay.
so all right. So if I roll it once
He
and
died.
it doesn't land on 1, I get $1 million. So then if I roll again, as long as I don't land on 1, I get $1 million top. So you can roll it as many times as you feel comfortable.
I
But
think
once it
3.
hits that 1, you just vanish. Just painless death. No one gets that money. It's all gone.
Do I
God
go?
calling me home.
Do I go to heaven or do I go to hell?
I don't know. Where's
do you
your
believe in
relationship with
Jesus?
Where's your relationship with Jesus stand?
Oh, okay. So it's
Someone else killed you.
It's
like
not
you
like
didn't. You
you
didn't
die
commit. No,
and
you didn't
then
the
commit
second
suicide.
it lands on a 1, you get hit by a bus.
Just
Doesn't matter
painless
where you're
death.
at. You get hit by a bus.
We bring
painless
the
death.
dice in here, gets hit by a bus.
On a flight back home, you land on a 1, you get hit by a bus.
Like,
so what you're telling me. It's hey, I can either get multiple millions of dollars,
Right.
or I'm gonna see my Lord and Savior.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sweet
Yeah, I'm
release of
rolling
death.
it.
Or
I'm
a
rolling
crap
it
ton
3 to
of
5
cash.
times.
3 to 5 times is good. Because like, I feel like if I get $1 million, that's all instantly going to school.
There's a 1% chance that I could die.
Like, yeah.
Well, knowing my luck, I'm dying.
It's actually less than 1%.
But
Yeah.
It's like
wait,
flipping a coin.
Yeah.
if,
Like to get the actual probability, don't you have to like flip it?
well, it's also because technically speaking,
Theoretically.
with a coin, you can technically land it on that like middle ground.
Yeah.
So like, it's actually like both sides like 49, and that's like point whatever. So it's not actually 50-50, but you know, if you want to be that way.
Less than 1% of a chance that it'll land on a 1.
Yeah.
I guess the chances go up the more times you roll it.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like first
Because
roll.
I feel like if
chances.
the first million, it would
You
all
have
go
to roll 100 times
Well,
to get a 1%
no.
chance to land on one, theoretically.
No.
No,
it'd
because it
be-
builds on top of itself.
Because wouldn't it be
1,000
1 out of 100, and then you multiply it by 1 out of 100, which would just be 1 out of.
You know,
5.
I don't think it matters because this would never happen in real life.
Right, but we're just
the
talking
point.
about it.
Wealthy people hit us up. I mean,
I'll do it. Yeah. You want
I'll
to play
roll
the
it.
most dangerous game? If I land on 1, I'll do it.
Russian roulette? Nah, I'm gonna roll this dice a few times.
I
Because
saw
like,
a meme and it said Russian roulette Spotify and it was 6 different variations of Oceans, the song Oceans, and then Reckless Love.
Have you seen the one where it's they're all different versions of Under Pressure by Queen and then Ice Baby.
oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I used to take a history of rock class in high school.
Wow.
Yeah,
that a thing?
there was a
That
part
sounds-
1 and part 2. That's how good it was.
That sounds
That's
pretty
awesome.
pagan.
So basically, it just goes through.
Huh?
No, it goes through music. It's not rock in general. It's like music from like the 60s. The first half is like maybe like 40s to 80s or something like that.
Does that count as your music credit?
Yeah.
See,
That's what I did with my fine art. And then the second part's like 80s to now. And we were talking about Under Pressure. And I've never seen my music teacher get so fired up because he started playing Under Pressure. And he was very clear, like, I'm playing Under Pressure. The music title said Under Pressure. And someone shouted out their stupid mouth and goes, "Is this Ice Ice Baby?" The dude paused it and just went off on this kid. He was like talking about how Vanilla stole the beginning, and this dude was so passionate about the thing. I'm like, dang, dude, relax. It's a song. It's 3 seconds of a song. But I've never seen this. Like, this dude was just your calm, like, music teacher. Like, he's just chill and stuff. He got a mohawk. Like,
Wasn't that a big court case kind of deal?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was.
They had to. Yeah.
If
They
you actually
sued.
listen to this song though,
Under Pressure or Ice Ice Baby?
both of them. If you listen to both of them, the beat that everyone knows that gets the two songs mixed up. Yeah, that's at the beginning of Under Pressure, and that sound doesn't come in till later in Ice Ice Baby. So
Yeah.
if you actually listen to the music and have half a brain.
Yeah, I'm Under Pressure. You know, I'm familiar with that right now because my history teacher played that today.
Oh.
Music video.
Why?
I don't know actually.
Oh,
He just
okay.
kind of played it in the middle of class.
Oh.
It has
Okay.
something to do with I think depression.
Oh.
Oh. Under pressure. Do.
I had a teacher. He's my favorite. I had like 4 classes with him in high school, and he only taught like extracurricular stuff, like stuff that didn't really count. But I took a ton of classes, like history of video games, video game design.
You had classes like
2
that?
CAD classes with him. Like, he was a great teacher. I love the dude.
History of video games was a legit class.
Yeah,
In your high school.
yeah. We like watched documentaries. We talked about like Mario, Master Chief. Like, we talked about like everything. It was great. One of the best class. Like, everyone's like, it didn't count for anything. Like, these other ones were like fine art credit stuff. It just literally a class about video games, and he was the only teacher that taught it. And he used to fight it every year because they always try to add new classes that stuff are productive.
And take that one out.
Right, and he fights tooth and nail to it. He keeps it every year. I don't know how he does it, but he's gotten to the point where he's taught for so long. He's just like, they're like, all right, I guess you gotta keep it. But it's a great class. Anyway, when a student pisses him off, what he'll do is, you know that like Cards for Kids, it's like dun 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 dun, and it sounds like you're about to sing it, but he finds a 10-hour loop of just that part of the song and plays it over the speakers, so it sounds like it's just about to go into Cards for Kids, but it just plays that first like 10 seconds over and for the entirety of the class as punishment. And I'm like, whack. He's like, you have to take your headphones out and have to listen to this. I'm like, oh.
You know, it's a really good 10-hour video. Squidward chokes on a fork for 10 hours.
See, I like the thing that I found that was 10 hours
Oh,
long.
yeah.
The SpongeBob.
There's too much sauce.
Mr. Krabs walking.
Yeah,
song,
Mr.
10 hours.
Krabs walks.
I prefer the crab rave for 10 hours.
What's his name? Swallows mayonnaise for
Fred.
Fred?
No.
Or Hank.
That was like Howard.
Yeah, it's Howard.
Is it Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Howard
Howard.
chugs mayonnaise for
Howard. Yeah.
For 10 hours.
Rick Roll for 10 hours is an internet classic.
Oh.
I found a quality one with Tristan while I was on spring break. It's 10 hours of wet slapping noises.
I feel like you told me about that.
You got posted on my Snapchat.
Or yeah, you did, and I was like, why
I had
did
like
he do it?
18 tabs in Chrome open, all playing a different
Yep.
10-hour video at once. It was just
That's-
white noise.
That sounds
See, I was
disgusting.
surprised, but then I was like, why should I be surprised right now? Because I really should not. Or why should I be shocked? I expect nothing less from you.
I got one more talking point, and then we
That's a
can
good thing, though.
wrap it up. If you're starting a basketball team, starting 5, you know, you got your all 5 positions. Who would you pick from all the fast food mascots? So
Starting
like,
5?
yeah, starting 5. Like you gotta pick, like you got like Ronald McDonald.
Like the five mascots to
From-
make the team?
Yeah, to make the
Okay.
team. So like you got like Ronald McDonald, Burger King, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, the cow from Chick-fil-A, and like McDonald's has multiple mascots. So like you could do like Hamburglar.
Ooh.
You could do like they have
Team
the,
captain right there.
but you could also do like you know, like McDonald's back in the day had the little like 3 puffball things. Oh, you could do the KFC guy. That would be
Yeah,
good.
Colonel Sanders.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I do the bell
The
from
old
Taco
Colonel
Bell?
Yeah,
Sanders.
you.
not
I
the-
mean,
that's
he's
the-
not a person though, so you just have a bell sitting on the floor. So you're playing 4v.
The fish from Long John Silver's.
Ooh, that thing would
Who's
be
that
disgusting.
one purple
Chuck.
guy?
Chuck
McDonald's
from.
group?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, but I wouldn't consider that fast food place. I feel like,
Yeah, fair enough.
but
Recycle pizza, so.
that's true. That was
Another
a,
pizza. I'd pick. What about the Little Caesar from?
Yep, I'll count Little Caesar because there's
Drive
fast
Bro,
pizza.
yeah, the dude just stabs people in the court. You can,
No, we're playing like legitimate basketball. Like I'm with like Ronald
Like-
McDonald is my point guard bar far.
It's like Space Jam, but with.
Yeah, exactly. Like Ronald McDonald is 100% my point guard. I feel like.
Colonel Sanders to lead him into battle.
Yo, I feel like Colonel Sanders like got a nice wet 3-point shot.
I feel like you're right. I feel like he's kind of your.
Dude, yeah.
wet.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Like if you know anything about basketball, you know
He
Stephen
is-
Curry and Klay Thompson are the
Hey,
Splash
he
Bros.
is all about filling buckets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. He'd be a good kind of.
And I feel like Grimace, all right, Grimace, the big purple guy, that's your center. He's huge. Ain't no one coming in a 10-foot radius of rebounding that ball because he's just literally boxing them out because he's just humongous. But
I'm concerned with how many anime adaptations there are of fast food restaurants.
What about Mayor McCheese?
Mayor McCheese,
Love that
I
guy.
feel like he'd be a hothead. Like he'd be like the
probably would.
diva of the team.
But no, yeah, Colonel Sanders would be like a great like Kyle Korver kind of guy. Like he
Yeah.
just walks in, like
Doesn't do much, but he'll make you some threes.
he walks straight off the street, just walks in and goes, just start heaving threes, and at the end of the night he's got like 30 points.
And I feel like you gotta have
Chick-fil-A cow.
Chick-fil-A cow. You could be a nice power forward,
I think you would.
just dunking on fools. And then I would round out the team with a small forward of oh my goodness, what's the thief's name
Ooh.
from McDonald's? What's his name?
Hamburger.
Put him at small forward. He'd get so many steals. Just
Yeah,
So you're 3/5
McDonald's. Yeah,
team.
listen.
you know
They
it's,
got good mascots. They also have the most mascots too. To
Yeah.
be fair,
You know
it's
what's
like there's not a lot of fast food mascots.
you know it's a classic.
What?
The oven mitt from Arby's.
Yo,
I
he might be a good center too.
Maybe,
that might
yeah.
be some mad blocks.
Bro,
coming
yeah,
out.
that's
literally
it.
just
Someone
a
goes up
hand.
for a jump shot,
Yeah.
he just
He
whacks
just
it down.
throws his body.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just a-
saying he's probably good at blocking some shots
Yeah.
and he's probably
Maybe-
good at rejections.
Maybe put him instead of the Chick-fil-A cow.
Mm.
Put him at power forward. Someone tries to drive the lane on him. Not mine. Oh, what about the panda from Panda Express? He's like your
He
small.
doesn't move much, but
He's like your Isaiah Thomas. He's like 5'9".
What about Wendy?
Wendy, listen,
How tall
that's
is
a
How tall
Women
is
can't
Wendy?
play professional sports.
You're right.
that's a WNBA.
How tall?
I love
how
watching
tall is
clips of
Wendy?
the WNBA where there's like 20 minutes where girls just like shoot and completely whiff the basket and
I
no
hope
one
it's
scores.
girls.
It is
And
hilarious.
it's not.
Wow, okay.
Dudes.
It's too bad Five Guys doesn't have like a mascot.
Yeah,
Five guys.
Yeah, that's
the
the
team.
entire team.
That's the team.
Oh,
The Noid from Domino's.
Yeah, I saw that
never
too. I was
seen
like,
that.
what the heck is that?
I've seen him
That's
a few
real
times, but like, yeah, that's super old.
Jack from the Jack in the Box.
I feel like Jack in the Box would be like your 7'3" center who's like no meat on him. He's just tall.
There's like a grand total of like 8 fast food mascots.
Little
It's like
Caesar.
10.
No, I mean
Well,
McDonald's.
15.
McDonald's
According to
alone
that
has
list.
like 20. I feel like because then they also have that that like those 3 little puff ball things. I forget what they're called.
What about Fry Kids?
Yeah, those are the McDonald's guys, right? Like they're orange.
Yeah, you
blue.
got
Yeah, those are all
Ronald,
the
Grimace, Hamburglar, Birdie the early bird, the Fry Kids. It was these little puffball guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What?
Yeah.
All right. What if you did from,
Mayor
like,
McCheese, Officer Big Mac, and Professor McDonald's.
What if you did like from Sesame Street? Like that'd be a dope team. Not gonna lie to you. Big Bird at center.
Yep.
Like,
Snuffleupagus.
Are we talking about like just Sesame Street or all of Jim Henson? Because Jim
No,
Henson is
I'm
also
talking
like
Sesame
Kermit
Street.
the Frog and
No, technically Kermit the Frog would be in Sesame Street because he's been on Sesame Street.
Yeah.
But you could have like Oscar the Grouch, Cookie Monster, like Bert and Ernie, balling up.
Yeah.
Bert and
Bert
Ernie.
and Ernie. The team, bro. All I'm saying, Bert just throws up alley oops all the time to
Really
Ernie.
is.
Elmo would break your ankles.
That's true.
The
Mc-
McChicken buddies.
The McNuggy Buddies.
But I feel like Sesame, like if you take different like shows, you could have some dope basketball teams.
How about the Where's the Beef Lady?
Yeah.
Hey, you get,
Oh, the Taco Bell.
you get Bert and Ernie, Snuffleupagus down low.
Yeah.
Big Bird on the wing.
Big Bird's your center. You can't.
Oh,
That
yeah,
kid's huge.
well,
How about the Quiznos Sponge Monkeys?
Those
you get Big Bird. Yeah, Big Bird is the center. Snuffleupagus is just there for size.
Truth. He just takes up half the court.
And then I feel like you take Grover as your point guard.
Yo, Grover would feel like it'd be good. Though I do want to see
Bert and Ernie are
Elmo.
your 2 guards.
I do
Or
want to
Elmo.
see Elmo bring it up the court
Yeah.
and cross someone over.
You're right.
You tell me you wouldn't want to see that.
I don't know what you're talking about, so
Point guard, basketball
Half the
guy.
people at this table don't know sports lingo.
Listen.
yep.
All right,
Point-
how about make an
point guard.
esports team there, Chief? You tell me who on Sesame Street played esports in what game?
I don't know. I don't know
I'm
their
not on that team
KDAs.
either.
Point guard's the guy that like gets the ball out of bounds and dribble it down the floor.
Yeah.
Like, the guy that has
Yeah,
the ball
okay.
most of the time.
Watch Elmo cross someone.
I thought they all did the same thing.
There's different positions in basketball.
Yeah, okay.
They're so fluid though that I easily get.
Yeah, nowadays
Yeah, I know. I
it's
can't. It's especially the NBA. Like
Yeah.
you just play.
you
Yeah,
just-
these guys
basically
do.
if you could shoot threes, you could be in the NBA. That's what I've learned.
if you got good handles.
All you need to do is sit in the corner, even as a big man, just shoot a three, just huck it up
Yep.
from the arc, and
The
just
big man's going away slowly.
right. That's why you have to shoot a three. That's why every big man now, if you're still in the league, you shoot a three.
Shaq.
So JJ, if you can make 100%,
Shaq versus the NBA.
Shaq versus modern day NBA.
Shaq
Rip.
loses that one. Sorry.
Not fan.
But hey, if you want Shaq versus back, tell us because we just kept getting less and less responses on Twitter. So we
So we went to like 1.
yeah,
got
because
one.
I didn't think Miralex was a good matchup. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Wow.
It only got 1 vote, so
I think it was a good one. We
but
just don't have an audience.
We
Hey,
just switch out Shaq.
that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to see your versus series,
Just-
something like
yeah.
Oh,
Shaq,
if you want to switch out Shaq, just don't vote for Shaq.
that's true.
It's crazy.
That's true.
I
But
think
like,
we just need to
I would
revamp
love to
it.
see a
Get new rules.
We got to get
Kevin
two
Hart
people.
versus a Mini.
What if we just got
Yeah.
What if we just played like a short game of Super Fight, the card game that I have, or it's literally like, you pull
Are
a
you
card.
talking like you pull out a name?
It's a
like we get a
character
hat and we
and-
pull the name out. We
Yeah,
are
it's
like
a character, and you could pick an ability card if you wanted to, or you can just argue the two characters.
Just
against each
argue the
other.
characters.
Like
I
a
like
shark
that.
with a chainsaw versus.
So let us know what you
an army
think.
of
you know?
babies.
we get like a jar with a bunch of names and
Yeah. So if you
Versus
all right
New York
here
Ducks.
we get a jar
of names that people suggest. So
Names?
just start writing people.
and then a jar of like objects.
Yeah.
They didn't even
yeah.
catch that. Oh, that was hilarious.
So all right. So
Some
start
listeners can
start
hear it.
Or
commenting,
names,
tweeting
just
us, putting comments on Instagram. Just put names of different celebrities and then different objects. So like different type of cars, buses, tractors. If there's something like
Weapons.
an object. Well, not the like
You're saying objects.
But I'm
You
saying,
mean
like-
vehicles.
vehicles or like a wheelie chair versus like Betty White,
It's like something
like that kind of
that could
thing.
be considered transportation.
Something
like
that
a
at
pair
least
of
can
wheelies.
move on its own because like
A
you
pair
can
of, a wheelie chair versus a
Moon-
2007 Honda Civic. By that
Betty White in a pair of Heelys versus Bernie Sanders in a wheelie chair. Who wins?
Bernie Sanders in moon shoes.
stuff like that. So just suggest, add us, whatever it may be. You know, no idea is a bad idea. So, but
That's
a
not
bad one.
that's
Unless
not
you
true.
have a bad idea.
then we won't use
We
it.
won't tell you it's bad. We just won't use it.
So if you start wondering why my idea isn't used, there it is. But as we close up, just another thank you to Audible. So, you know, if you want to use the link, audiotrial.com/thelate-night-run. So the link will be in the description. Feel free to click it, check it out, choose whatever book you want, you know. Take our suggestion, don't take it.
Did you say you were putting the the link?
Yeah, it'll be in the description.
Okay.
So, like, if you ever look at the description, there's like a little summary of what we talked about, and then all of our social media and whatnot, and then we'll put Audible in there too. So, feel free to.
Put Audible at the top.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
put the Audible on top, but feel free to download, sign up. You can cancel anytime. It says a 30-day free trial. Of course, you need like a credit card or whatever, but you can cancel anytime. So don't feel like you have to go past the 30 days or even go into 30 days. You know, maybe you finish your free audiobook in like 10 days. Then just cancel it then.
But yeah,
But
you know,
if you like the service, go ahead and use it more. But just make sure you use our link.
yeah, those
Try
of
it
you I
out.
know
Why
that-
not? What are you gonna do?
Right. Listen to it.
Just listen to it.
While you're waiting for our next
Learn.
episode.
Only nerds read books.
Right.
Exactly.
Listen to them. It's
Oh,
true.
wait. Alright.
I listen to my books like an absolute Chad.
Yeah.
You can listen to them in the car too and stuff. Like if you have a long
Yeah.
commute,
Oh,
like
yeah.
45 minutes of traffic and stuff. Like
I listened to Band of Brothers on a family vacation one time. It was
yeah,
kind of boring, but
See,
very interesting.
And for you people, I know that you have it, and I know that I really can't talk. I'm sorry. For those of you in intro to literature, hey, a lot of books. All I'm saying is
You listen to it.
I don't have time to read, hence why I don't read any of them. But
you listen to them instead.
I can now listen to them,
Yeah, exactly.
and you should probably give it a shot.
You know, if you're feeling really extra, you can have the hard copy of the book and listen to it.
and
follow
read
along.
along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
That's what
That's actually
that's what my
probably-
guy Chase does.
That's probably a pretty good way to like actually retain the
It is.
information that you
Yeah.
read.
Yeah.
Because
It's nice whenever you're listening to an audiobook that like someone like like the way that they say the words like or puts like an accent on it, like you wouldn't think
Yeah.
that in your own head 'cause
Like-
you say things like yourself, and so all characters just sound the same, but having like different sounds.
Like I know in the World War
It
Z
helps a
book,
lot.
the author reads it and he has multiple actors and stuff. So like you associate the name with like a voice or whatever.
yeah.
That's neat.
So I think it just adds another layer of depth to the book. So thank you for listening, and as always,
Keep on running.